Right now, in this very moment, you stand at the edge of transformation. Your life, your entire destiny, is shaped by the voice in your head. What if, for just 3 days, you spoke to yourself in a way that rewired your brain, reshaped your energy, and unlocked infinite possibilities? Let's begin. Your life is shaped by the words you tell yourself. Every day your brain fires thousands of thoughts, wiring and reinforcing patterns that become your reality. If your inner dialogue is filled with self-doubt, fear, and limitation, then your external world will reflect exactly that. Your subconscious mind is listening to every thought, storing it as truth, and then acting upon it as if it were reality. Change the words and you change the experience. Most people live unconsciously, unaware that their thoughts are creating their lives. They wake up in the morning and immediately repeat the same patterns. The alarm goes off, and the first thought is, "I'm tired." They drag themselves out of bed saying, "I don't feel like doing this today." They look in the mirror and judge themselves, "I don't look good." They step into their daily routines with thoughts like, "I'm stuck. Nothing ever changes. I don't have enough money. Life is difficult." These thoughts are not just passive. They are commands. Instructions sent directly to the brain, which in turn affects the body, the emotions, and the reality that unfolds throughout the day. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you safe. If you are constantly reinforcing limitations through your thoughts, your brain will continue to protect you by keeping you inside the boundaries of what it knows. It will resist change because change is unknown, and the unknown is perceived as a threat. This is why personal transformation feels uncomfortable. When you start changing your self-talk, you are disrupting the neural pathways that have been built over years, sometimes decades, of repetitive negative reinforcement. The brain works on a principle known as neuroplasticity, meaning that it physically changes based on repeated experiences. If you tell yourself every day that you are not enough, those words become wired into your neural circuits. Your body then responds chemically, releasing stress hormones, tightening muscles, and reinforcing emotions of inadequacy. But the opposite is also true. If you consciously shift your inner dialogue, your brain will adapt to this new way of thinking, rewiring itself to match the new reality you are creating. The more you repeat empowering thoughts, the more they become natural, automatic, and eventually, the default way you think. Most people believe they need external proof before they can think positively. They want to see success before they feel successful. They want love before they feel worthy. They wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to think differently. This is completely backward. The external world is a reflection of the internal world. When you shift the internal state first, by changing your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, the external world naturally follows. If you want to change your life in a profound way, the first and most critical step is to become hyper-aware of the words you speak to yourself. Pay attention to every automatic thought that arises. Each time you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am more than capable." When you notice yourself saying, "This is too hard," shift it to, "I find solutions easily." This practice is not about forcing fake positivity. It's about consciously choosing the language that builds the reality you desire, instead of reinforcing the one you are trying to escape. Your self-talk should not be passive. It should be deliberate and filled with emotion. The subconscious mind responds not just to words, but to feeling. This is why affirmations without belief often fail. Saying, "I am successful," while internally feeling lack, will create inner conflict rather than transformation. The key is to attach emotion to the words. When you declare, "I am confident," say it with certainty. Stand as if you are already that person. Breathe as if you already embody confidence. Feel it in your body, because once your body believes, your brain follows. Your body is constantly responding to your thoughts through biochemical reactions. When you think a stressful thought, your body releases cortisol and adrenaline, making you feel anxious, tense, and overwhelmed. When you think an empowering thought, your body releases serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, chemicals that promote happiness, motivation, and connection. This is why your emotional state is not random. It is directly tied to the words you speak to yourself. People who master their self-talk master their energy. They walk into a room, and others can feel their presence before they even speak. They are not faking confidence. They have conditioned their inner dialogue to reflect a deep sense of certainty. Their words, thoughts, and emotions are aligned, creating a powerful state of coherence between the mind and body. One of the most effective ways to reprogram your self-talk is through repetition and timing. The brain is most receptive to new programming in two key moments of the day: right after waking up and right before sleeping. These are the times when your subconscious is most open, as your brain transitions between different states of awareness. This is why the first words you say to yourself in the morning and the last words before bed hold immense power. Instead of waking up and immediately thinking about stress or problems, start your day with intentional, empowering statements. Place your hand on your heart and declare, "Today, I step into my power. I create my reality with my thoughts. I am worthy of success, love, and abundance." At night, reinforce these statements before sleep. "I am grateful for my growth today. My mind is rewiring for success while I sleep. Tomorrow, I wake up stronger, wiser, and more capable." These moments of transition set the tone for your day and night, reinforcing new neural connections and breaking the cycle of old conditioning. Your environment also plays a role in shaping your self-talk. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, whether through social media, the news, or toxic relationships, your mind absorbs that energy and reflects it in your inner dialogue. Protect your mental space. Be intentional about what you expose yourself to. Surround yourself with words, people, and environments that reinforce the mindset you are building. Visualization is another powerful tool to reinforce positive self-talk. The brain does not distinguish between an imagined experience and a real one. This is why elite athletes use mental rehearsal to enhance their performance. When you vividly imagine yourself succeeding, your brain fires the same neural pathways as if you were physically experiencing that success. Combine this with powerful self-talk, and you create an internal blueprint that the brain begins to accept as reality. Speak to yourself as if you are already the person you want to become. If you want to be confident, start saying, "I trust myself completely." If you want to be financially free, declare, "I am capable of creating unlimited wealth." Your words should be in the present tense, because when you affirm something as already true, your brain begins aligning your actions and energy with that reality. Many people struggle with self-doubt because they are holding on to old identities. They see themselves through the lens of past failures, mistakes, or external opinions. But identity is not fixed, it is fluid. You can reinvent yourself at any moment by changing the story you tell yourself. Stop identifying with limitations and start speaking the truth of who you choose to be. The process of transformation does not happen overnight, but it happens faster than most people think. Within just a few days of consistent self-talk shifts, the brain begins to create new connections. Within weeks, these patterns become familiar. Within months, they become second nature. The key is persistence. The mind will resist at first, but every time you override an old thought with a new one, you are building the foundation for lasting change. Your self-talk is either a prison or a portal. Every word you say to yourself is either reinforcing limitations or expanding possibilities. There is no neutral. Every moment, every thought, every sentence spoken in the privacy of your mind is shaping your future. If you want a different reality, start speaking a different language. The words you choose today will become the life you live tomorrow.